I'm so close. What's up, y'all? I'm back at it again. Look, I'm just back on this bitch again because I'm really finna force myself to get used to this. For real. Not necessarily with anything specific to talk about, but randomly what happened throughout my day, and I'm bored. And I don't have too many people that I want to waste time with. Let me not say that like that. But I did just come from the dentist, y'all. And you know them bitches didn't even help me. Talking about it's too close to my jawbone and I have to go to somewhere else. And all she can do is give me an antibiotic or what she said? Oh, she couldn't do nothing for me because she said that she don't go way back in the back of the mouth. It's way back there. It ain't infected, but she gave me some antibiotics because I asked her for them. She wasn't even finna give them to me. Well, she offered them, but bitch, you're the dentist. Like, the fuck? So, I got to go somewhere else to get my tooth pulled. And I ain't never had a tooth pull before. I ain't never had a tooth pull. I ain't never had no tooth pull. And you know, teeth kind of represent like generations and shit. Like bones, like fossils. Like you can kind of relate them to how fossils are carried through generations to signify what was left, and you know. So and then like on a metaphysical level, your teeth can represent, well, not even represent, they would be like crystals and gems. So I don't even want to let go of my tooth with that type of awareness, but it's okay. Because see, I like to use everything. I'm a number 8 life path number. And since I know about Uriel and he put me on gaming, I use everything like a ritual and a spell or a bitch. So when I get my tooth pulled, to me, it's going to be representing me removing a whole lot of the generational cycles that I've been attempting and been removing for the last, ever since I've been here. Yeah. So other than that, what else I had want? I see every time I jump off, I be like, damn, I should have stayed on. So I'm not gonna jump off right now. And like I said, this is me forcing myself. Cause see, I got Chiron, I got Gemini. I hate that. I ain't gonna say I hate it. I love it. I got Gemini and Chiron. So, and you know my sun is in Gemini. I mean, I got Chiron and Gemini. And you know my sun is in Gemini. So that kind of makes me be a little stage shy. Yeah, I'm a little stage shy and whatever. But I always have to force myself to not be like that because I refuse to not do what I want to do just because of that goddamn energy. And I can have that energy represent whatever I want to represent. I can have that energy aid me in my path in whatever way I would like it to, if I know that that's what it's supposed to do and I have the ability to do that shit. So that's what I'm doing now. And I know that my Chiron, me healing that, is very important, especially as a woman, a mother, a healer. And what I do, talk and goddamn talk. I'm a Gemini, so me healing that is important, or whatever. This might be one of them lives for real that I delete, especially since ain't nobody came in here yet. So that'll make me feel like, yeah, it's cool, it's alright, ain't nobody seen that bullshit. I'm at the park. I probably need to, let me not get nervous. Just in case I delete this bitch. But I don't be knowing what to talk about. And then stuff like what I like with like my videos, I be wanting, oh damn, I'm so weird. Damn, why I'm so fucking weird though. Cause I know what to talk about, but to talk about it on live is weird to me. That's so lame. I'd rather cut the damn camera off. I'd rather record it and talk about it just because it makes me more comfortable. Now we got well, fuck you then, whoever that was. I'm just playing. I was gonna say we got somebody up in this bitch, and that was gonna force me to anyway. What's up, you guys? I don't got nothing to talk about. I should have brought my cards though, for real, because that would have been a conversational starter. Other than that, shit, what we talking about? This bitch finna get deleted. I'm just trying to get used to this type of shit. And I know that once you accumulate shit, once you do stuff a lot, you're gonna naturally draw in more experiences or opportunities for more experiences. And it's gonna be smoother every time you experience the shit. And it's gonna fall into place and make more sense as you continue to, you know, go through it. Especially if there's something that you want to do. And I kind of want to. Yeah. I kind of want to. You know, and during this time right now, especially if you even aware of me on YouTube, then you probably already hip on a lot of shit. And right now, you better jump, Judy. Bitch, you better jump. Fuck. Why not? What's holding you back? Because in my mind, ain't none of this shit necessarily real anyway. So who gives a fuck? So if I know that, that's what helps me to jump, Judy. Because it don't matter. Who fucking cares? I mean, we care because we have to experience the shit. So you better jump for what's the best setup for you, instead of not jumping or jumping into some bullshit. Because even though this shit ain't real, you still have to experience it. Or you could say it is real, whatever. But you still, whatever. It's also real, but shit be changing. The truth changes. So that alone makes me know that it's not necessarily real then. Ooh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. If the truth can change, that means, I don't know. Let me shut up before I say something that ain't true. And I'm Jackie Knew I Am the Truth. The fuck? It's 12:45 at the moment. That's the number 3. Adds up to number 3. That's my number. I'm kind of a synchronistic fanatic. A synchronicity connoisseur. I'm kind of like one of those. And I notice every time I see 1, 2, well, I notice that I always see 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know anytime you continually to do something and you see something, experience something over and 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 over again, that eventually turns into hell. And that's not necessarily something that's what you think it is. It ain't necessarily a good thing. So I always see 1, 2, 3, and that shit used to get on my nerves. Cause I'm like, damn, why the fuck I keep seeing that shit? So like I said, I be trying to I transmute shit inside. I'm a number 8 individual. So I always get frustrated when I see that shit, 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I start peeping game on what I'm doing and what the vibe is that I'm in when I see it. And then depending on what that is, I get even more frustrated because it's like, damn, this is letting me know the energy signature that I'm repeating based on me being aware of, me paying attention on the inward world when I see these numbers. So now I start to see these numbers and the vibe behind them begin to shift sometimes, which is a good thing because that was my purpose of even acknowledging the shit. So sometimes I see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 during the time I'm doing regular shit. Say I'm doing some regular shit I don't want to do though, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the shit make me frustrated. Like, bitch, you that means you continually doing some shit that you don't want to fucking do, or whatever the case is. So then it starts to shift, and I start saying, "This is." I'm just letting y'all in my world real quick. So then I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and it may be during the time I could be having a good conversation with somebody that I see regularly, because I know 1, 2, 3, 4 is like a routine and pattern, and also 1, 2, 3, 4 is like steps that you have to take. And at one point when I was seeing these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, I would know you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, and that's why it would frustrate me too, because that was my reminder to get your shit together. So now that I'm starting to be more routine and scheduled and with a regular pattern, I can, because sometimes patterns are just life. There's nothing wrong with all the cycles, and 1, 2, 3, 4 to me, that kind of is like one of those synchronicities that kind of would be a regular thing, or at least I've transmuted that shit in my mind like that. Because now 1, 2, 3, 4, when I see it, it's like, oh, okay, that's what's up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I peep game on what I'm doing, or it will remind me what you're supposed to be doing or what you need to do. You know, that's how I use synchronicities, because for a long time I didn't know what the fuck was going on when I first started noticing that shit. Shit, anybody else would have lost. I mean, I say that, but yeah, I used to see these synchronicities so much when I started to be aware of them. Being a life path number 8, I would see them so much to where that's another thing that convinced me that life ain't necessarily real. Because the shit was like, what the fuck? Now, at one phase of my life, I had no awareness of it. And all of a sudden, boom, I started seeing this shit. So that let me know I had moved spaces, and that whatever I was living previously wasn't necessarily what I thought it was. But anyway, that was like the beginning stages of the awakening, or whatever the fuck you want to call this shit. Anyway, what was I talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot. Anyways, I didn't forget. I just don't want to talk about that shit no more. What y'all got going on today? What y'all got going on today? What we gonna talk about? See, that's another thing that makes me nervous about jumping on live, because I don't know how to set up write down on a piece of paper, topic to topic, what the hell I'm gonna talk about. But sometimes I do though. Sometimes I do, and when I do that it works out good for me. But I don't necessarily know how to do that all the time, like that 1, 2, 3 on schedule. Like, okay, it's time for you to sit down and think about something that you want to bring out into the world. Sit down and write it down. I don't know how to do that necessarily all the time, unless it's just on a whim. And so me feeling unprepared to have anything to even speak about made me be like, what the fuck you going live for? But it's because I want to, and I want to get used to it, because everybody don't need to have something prepared like that, you know. And I'm going to be one of those people that ain't going to need shit but the air. The air. See all the wind blowing? Air. I thought it was 1, 2, 3 on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. It almost is though. Anyway, y'all, this is me just getting calibrated in this whole age of technology scenario that I see shit falling into. So I'm just playing my part, doing my role. Hey, whatever. What are we talking about? Because I know this is not Instagram. Nobody want to see you hold your phone. What I did want to talk about, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it until I let it out my mouth at least 1, 2, 3 times first. Then I'll talk about it, because you know. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it. I was about to talk about how what was it? Fearlessness and truth. How people. Okay, let me go. Let me just do that and stop being weird. It seems like people are afraid of the truth. Like, okay, so I've always been aware that there was a deep-seated fear in humanity, because I always felt that shit, and I could never figure out, well, what the fuck is that then, until I started, you know. But so I would always try to figure out, because I know that I'm human just like everybody else, and this fear, and I've asked plenty of people in regular life, like, do y'all also have this deep-seated unknown fear that you can't quite put your finger on, but it's something that you can't see? It lurks in the shadow. But we know that that's shadow work too. But even beyond the shadow work, when it even goes beyond a personal shadowy type of shit, it's like it's a humanity type thing. So anyway, I'm starting to realize what that is. It's the truth. People is afraid of the fucking truth, to the point where, you know, anything that you are afraid of, you try to keep away from it. And since it's a mental thing that there, or a virtue thing, or discipline, or whatever the fuck, something like that, an internal thing that they're afraid of, they just turn their intuition off when it comes to the truth. And we've created this bullshit. But at the same time, we had to go through that in order to have physical life, you know, in order for us to invert life into something that was physical, I guess. But at some point we have to, anyway, the point is, people are afraid of the truth on some real shit. And I know that because I'm Jackie knew the truth. That's what I call myself. That's who I am. That's what I stand for. And I noticed that the more I speak the truth, like who in a way that who gives a damn, I'm not even thinking about that it's a problem. I realized, oh, all this shit that I'm talking about is some shit that everybody go through and they don't want to see the truth of it. And that's all it is, the truth. And that's why they mad about it. Just off the truth. That shit crazy. And it's crazy to me because I don't feel like that and I never felt like that. And I'm a human just like everybody else. And I be wondering how the fuck, why? I guess that's what people get that shit, that chosen one confusion shit at. Because it's like nothing else that you can come up with when you think about, when you look over your own self and your own life and you be like, okay, this is how I have always been as far as morally upstanding as a person. But what I've always been shown from other people for the most part is the opposite. So that make me feel like, okay, so is that like some different shit? Which it is, but it's still a choice at the end of the day. I guess. I don't know, because I ain't in nobody else's shoes with mine. I don't know. That shit's still weird though. Because I know morality should be something that everybody has an idea of. The fuck? But for I guess that goes back with the truth though. How people turn their eyes, their intuition off when it comes to the truth. Because I done been in those shoes too. To where it's so many things that we done let slide in certain situations or scenarios or dynamics with family and friends or whatever, to the point where other things that are connected to it morally, we have to let it slide by default. And a lot of times that causes us to have to allow our self-worth to be compromised based on what we're allowing, because we're also hiding from the truth. Anyway, okay, so now that I got something out my mind and out my brain, I can go now. That's all I really want to do, get this shit out. And that's all I got to say, I guess, hell. And you can expect for Jackie New to go live on some random ass shit that probably won't get to the point until like midway through the conversation. Or who knows, maybe I'll get even better at this shit. But I'm finna dip. As soon as I get some people to come in, I got to go now. Cause like I said, my Chiron is in Gemini. I'm peeping my head out trying to get used to this shit. Cause that's my wound is on my surface a little bit. So anyways, get out my business. I love y'all.